Well. Ladies and gentlemen, here I am with a very close friend of mine, co-worker, that I demand that she wear her red lipstick on. Shake those lips, show that lips, show that lips. And the reason I asked her to wear red lipstick is not because, as everybody knows, it's my favorite color, is because red lipstick in her lips. This woman can put the whole world in her knee, including me. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the Educator, award-winning actor, poet, and comedian, Mutiyaa Vision. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Hey, everybody.
And soon, no, don't you think we are not, well, you know me on the computer, you are not mistaken. You are not mistaken at all. Because yes, my people, you are watching Héctor Luis Sin Censura en English. Yes, y sí, usted no se ha confundido. Usted está viendo Héctor Luis Sin Censura. Llévatelo al mercado. Take it to the market. See you soon. Well. I want to be clear on that. I'm very excited, very emotional deal, because when I found out that this friend is a published author, it's the first author that I'm interviewing, an award-winning guys, not just a writer, not just an actor, an award winner. Here I have only 3 of her books: Disability, Daddy Love His Baby Girl, and Missing You. We will be talking about these books and her career, everything that I want to know, pretending that you want to know. Let's start with the writing skill author.
Okay.
When you went award-winning author, when and why?
Okay, so my husband and I wrote this set of character education children's books, and we submitted them for different awards. And The Land of Expression, which is not here, that one won the Skipping Stones Honor Award for Best in Multicultural Children's Book. And we also have another book called My Choices Make Me Who I Am, which won the USA Best Book of the Year Award.
Got that? Okay. And you mentioned
educational children's books. Yes.
And you mentioned your husband. His name is?
My husband's name is David Vision. And most of our books are illustrated by Ignacio Alcantara.
Yes, I was ready. That was my exclusive.
Sorry.
Because I don't mention Alcantara because I want to mention that besides all her credit, looks like that she's a good photographer, because this book, Daddy Love His Baby Girl, uses her pictures. I believe that's one of your daughters, right?
Yes.
And the husband.
And my husband.
And the husband that just called asking why you aren't coming late.
Inspiration can be found anywhere. And when we were writing this book, we wrote the words. And I just thought these pictures told a beautiful story, of a father who really loves his baby. And also, a lot of times we hear
Look at
about
that daddy. Look at that daddy.
a lot of
Daddy.
times we hear about father and sons. You know, we just wanted to do a tribute to Dad. So
And what is this girl name?
that's Wisdom.
Wisdom?
Yes.
Yes,
When she was a little
sabiduría,
girl,
right?
she's now
Yeah.
21 years old.
Now she's 21?
Yes.
Whoa, and the book is smelling so no, it's 21 years old.
Family needs you more. LOL.
You see? Even Dad gets so excited that I press the wrong button. I hope you don't leave us. Guys, the husband just texted her that I had to leave her fast because they were, after 20 years, how many years?
That we've been married? We've been married for 27 years.
27 years, and he still, imagine when he see this show and realize that I talk about her red lipstick. But that was part of the show.
Just part of the show.
Okay, we continue. I hope I don't put my finger in something wrong. We already talked about this book. It's a very touching book, and it's showing what I learned, the magic of the relationship between a father and a newborn, right?
Right, and his little girl.
Like a little girl.
Which is very important, you know, because the father is that first role model of what a man should be in a person's life, and a girl's and a young lady's life, right? So yeah.
The myth said boys like goes to mother and the girls to the father. You see, but it's weird when you find a father that expresses this love.
Yes.
And through this picture and the writing, you can feel love. You know, in our culture, it's hard to the men to tell, you know, to express. But this David, he knows what he has in hands.
Yes.
And I bet you he's a very loving person because you can see through
very
the picture.
Smart, very loving, very devoted, very committed to his family.
He have you. He was me very smart. Hello, David, wake up. The noche is going to Spanish media. Bye-bye.
And now I have him too, so we're both very blessed.
Yes. Soon we will bring him to ball to show, to put the two sides of that. The other book that really impacted me to see it, because I see these books in the school library and caught my attention because this is a topic that, even though we work in a special ed, it's not that many books about, and it's called Disabilities. This also, what I understand was a part of a poem?
Yes. That started as a poem, and that one I wrote as a poem and put it in the book. But in spoken word, it's said a little bit differently. But yes, it is. And this poem was inspired because one day I was shopping, and I remember this man came up to me and he was like, "What happened to your arm?" Because I was born with one hand and a little arm. And he asked me what happened to my hand, and I was like, "I was born that way." And he said, "I'm so sorry," like he pitied me for that. And I was like, "No, it's not a shame. It's not ashamed at all, you know?" And he said, he walked away and he came back and he apologized and he said, "You know what? I didn't mean to offend you, but I just wanted to say to you that it gave God great pleasure to create you." And I was like, the hairs on the back of my neck went up, and that became the opening line to the poem. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take that and I'm going to make a poem. And that just shows how people inspire each other and things grow out of it, you know?
And it's very interesting. And the book is talking about acceptance, about beauty, about how we misunderstand. You can tell this is my second show in English. I'm disabled in the language, practically. And
You're doing great, Hector.
Oh, thank you, coming from you, doing great. By the way, when she mentioned about the problem with them, I should not say for the bless that she missing a part of her hand. I like the way when she said that she born with 5 fingers.
Yes.
She tends to say that she born with 5 fingers. Like you're asking what, and then you realize why she born like that. Another interesting book is Missing You. This one is shocked me after reading the previous 2 books because this is totally different. This is taking you as a reader to another dimension. This is very profound, I question myself, this is for all the kids that live inside us, including the real kids and the kids that is always us, because in Hispanic we will classify this book in literature, we will call magic realism, because it's how this girl and family deal with a dead person, and how those words, the word that we don't know and the word that we know, get together to make better our world. And had that touch, I'm coming from a very strong Spanish background, and we talk about that. We always see visions, know your name, visions in the air. Yes. We're always talking about, I saw grandma, I saw this. And this really touched me, was you will not be scared of having somebody that left you. And I think that's what made the book very important. It's like, nobody lives. All our ancestors are there. And when I finished reading this book, I just closed my eyes and I say, thanks to 4 generations of grandfathers, I'm here today. And this book made me recognize how important it is then. And now when I pray, believe it or not, I'm a believer. I'm a believer. People don't believe because I'm nasty, crazy. Lucy, the lights even get down.
The spirits are speaking.
They're speaking. And it's really showing me like, I start now when I'm praying, I start talking to my grandparents, my father, and I can see that and I feel it thanks to you, and I really appreciate that. And just for that, I'm giving you a kiss.
Mwah.
But you have to read all her books. Any of her books is good for kids, for us.
But wait, Missing You, I just wanted to share something about this.
Yes.
That connection is also important because I feel like children are born today, they're lacking connection.
Yes.
And they don't understand how rich they are in spirituality because they are a product of their parents who are a product of their parents, and so on and so forth, going backwards. So we have a lot in our DNA. And if we just think about that, then I feel like it gives us more purpose, to live a more productive and a life that pays honor and tribute to those who came before us. So we definitely wanted to come out with this book to connect children to those who came before, and to let them know that you are never alone. They are always with us. We are never alone. They live in our blood. They're a part of us.
And I'm buying this book, and also whoever, the first person that make a comment on this show, I will give as a gift one of this book signed by her. That will make it better. You better go to the site. We will give the information later where you can get the books. But whoever wrote the first comment in this show will get this. And I'm sure she will not tell her friends to watch the show to write the comment.
Not at all.
Listen, I don't want to discriminate, but I want to say any Spanish person. No, any person. But now I don't know who will watch the show.
Yes. And
perhaps we can make a deal through the years to keep this, because it's important to read. It's important to give all that telephone for our kids, those iPad, that YouTube, and move on. Well, YouTube not, because then you have to miss my show, but my show is not for kids anyway. Okay, anything else?
But by the way, if you go, you just remind me of something. If you go to www.soulvisionworks.com, we actually have an audio book, a video of the Land of Expression, the one I said won
Ah,
Stone's
good.
Award. That's your, you just click on that link and you can share it with
You
your
see,
familiar.
that's an exclusive from Héctor Luis Sin Censura. Héctor Luis Sin Censura, my people. And I'm glad. And now I want to know, what motivated you to write? Since when you write? Let's start from there.
I've always been a writer. I've always, it's the way that I've expressed myself, worked out my emotions. I guess when I was younger, I used to get teased a lot. And so my mom always encouraged me to write. So I want to say I've been writing since kindergarten, right?
Wow.
And then I started learning that I could write stories and I'd write poetry and it would get the attention of teachers and awards and things like that. And so that stayed with me. And as I grew up, I started writing poetry. And it was a survival mechanism for me. But it was also, I just saw it as a way to whip pain into beauty. That's kind of how
good.
And as I grew up, then, I used to share my poetry at spoken word events. And that got attention and got around invitations, or even ended up getting paid for those type of engagements.
Oh.
And then I wanted to create, I met my husband, who's an amazing writer. He is an amazing writer. I always said he was the poet who doesn't know it, but he's a music producer.
Oh.
And he writes, he writes amazing poetry, but he writes amazing songs.
We have to invite him here.
he's
He's
just a
a
writer.
musician. That's the deal.
And together we just collaborated to create this line of 10 children's books. But that's just how it unfolded over 20 years, or 30 years. Yeah.
Now, we finished about the award-winner author. Now I want to talk about the
Oh, wait a
poet.
second. I have a question. Do we have enough time to read one of these?
Yes, but I'm just having
You
the
want to do that
show.
later?
I just having the show because David texts you and let me be happy with this because he wants her home. I don't want a problem with David, especially now that I'm planning to invite him to the show. He has to go Union City with you to sing there with the music and everything.
Love it.
Now, you want to read now or you want to at the end to close?
We can read one of the books because we'll go on and talk about poetry and
Okay.
do a poem or whatever.
Well,
Which one do you want? Do you want Missing You or?
Missing You, I think, is a little longer for the...
We can do Daddy Loves His Baby Girl.
Yes.
Okay.
Since
we are limited by time and not
wait. And look at the first page is just hard. You see, it's about love, this family.
Absolutely. Daddy Loves His Baby Girl, story by David and Mutiyaa Vision, pictures by Mutiyaa Vision.
Excuse me. The first thing that she took was a picture of me, selfie with me.
One day after I was born, I discovered that this daddy belonged to me.
Did I hold it and you read it? Let me see if that works. No?
No, I can do it. I just wanted to show the picture. He always makes sure he tells me every day how much he loves me. I love how he finds time to spend with me one-on-one.
Beautiful.
My daddy reads me books and lets me read them back to him. He even lets me feed myself sweet chocolate treats.
And that's a funny picture with all that chocolate.
Mm-hmm. She was a very happy girl that day. Sometimes he loves me so much, I think he might just eat me. Sometimes we sit together and watch as things go by.
Yeah.
Sometimes my daddy even teaches me how to fly. When I land, he gives me resting spots with great views, as only a baby girl could do. Best of all, my daddy gave me big sisters who love to love me too.
That's the family.
By the end of every day, one thing I know for sure is just how much my daddy loves his baby girl. The end.
That was the end, guys. It's beautiful, very touching. It's like a family album open to all of us.
Yes.
Now, some poet. How is the poet lady come out?
Well, there's this poem that I did that was called "You Are Not My Family."
Oh,
And
we just mentioned family.
I know, but this has nothing to do with that kind of family.
Yes,
you know,
I know.
I know we all have some member, we all may have some member of the family that no matter how good you are, they just don't know how to treat love. And, you know, this is what that poem is about. I remember meeting this woman one day when I was at a book fair, and she talked about how she had a very traumatizing childhood because that's how the family members treated her. And she said something to me that inspired it. She said something like, sometimes we're not born into our families. I went out into the world and I found my family. You know, she made friends that became her family because she had to, if things are toxic and they're dangerous to you and, you know, and it doesn't serve you in a positive way, sometimes you have to cut a family member off for that reason. Yes. But you are not my family. If we weren't blood related, we would never have been friends. We don't move in harmony. You and I don't blend. I seek out higher consciousness, divine reconstruction. Your self-absorbed desire things that lead to self-destruction. You breed negativity while I positively radiate. While you complain of everything, I see what makes things great. I take 10 steps forward and you try to pull me back. Minimize my success to make up for the things you lack. And even when you're there for me, what is it that you do? You create illusions masking the darker sides of you. You take advantage of my love every chance you get, while all your deeds of kindness put me deeper in your debt. How does that song go now? I owe you like I owe my tax, and I owe you like 40 acres to blacks. Well, I'm tired of playing these juvenile family games. They say blood is thicker than water. I say, yeah, so is toothpaste. My life and love are precious, and I have neither one to waste. If you abuse me and my kindness, I won't hesitate to walk away and seek out those who truly appreciate the blessing it is to exchange in a peaceful, loving state, you see. Just because you are my daughter doesn't circumvent the truth. Call me different, but I can't accept that lame family excuse. I won't let you do things to me I won't let a stranger do, and I won't lower my standards. I expect greater things from you. I won't kiss your butt while you defecate on me, even if you are my daughter, and meekly giving you my throat to slit wouldn't be any smarter. So you may be related, but we are not my family. Strangers in the street have been more humane to me. There's an ocean between us and we're worlds apart. You don't have what it takes to fill space in my heart. It saddens me to finally face reality, but sometimes we are not always born into our families. Some of us must go outward searching the world for them because members of some families could never be real friends. And you have never been, could never be, and are not my family.
Wow. And through that poem, we can feel the comedian part that is new, the satire coming out. Let's talk about that.
What do you want to talk about?
Mutiyaa Vision, the comedian. Because she's a stand-up comedy. You think I was funny? She's a winner. But I think that she's gonna leave that for another show.
We'll mention it, right?
You can mention it. What you have been
performing. Sure, as it relates to comedy.
Did you have another show coming? This is the time to say it.
As it relates to comedy, that's my grown-up voice, right? Because I'm a mother. My husband and I, we have 5 girls and 3 boys. because you know what we like to do. No, I am.
8? You have 8?
Yeah, we have 8 kids.
My mother have 8 too. That's
Yeah.
wrong in the
Oh, wow.
culture.
See?
Yes.
There you go.
And the older of my mother.
But as a teacher and then a children's book author, I just needed my own space to kind of talk about grown-up things that I want to talk about.
You sure you don't start making books just for those 8 kids to read?
We wanted to make children's books that show multicultural characters. We wanted our children to see their Black and brown skins, you know, in stories. And when they were growing up, they were harder to find. And so my mother always said, build the world you want to see.
Oh, that's
And
great.
we wanted to see more. And we're inclusive of everyone, right? But we wanted
Even
to
the
see.
spirit.
Exactly. You know? But I've been doing comedy for the last 5 years. And I've performed from here to Hawaii. But at some of the comedy clubs here, Broadway Comedy Club, Gotham Comedy Club.
You have been good?
Say again?
You have been there? Gotham?
Yeah. Hawaii? Oh, Gotham, yes.
Gotham.
Yes. I just performed with the Black Women in Comedy Laugh Festival. My show, Twisted Lipstick, which is
Twisted Lipstick, you show, you see, I was talking about the lipstick before. I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
You see? David is the secret in lipstick.
I produced Twisted Lipstick, and that was a monthly show that highlights underrepresented voices in women.
Ah.
So it's like all women comedians, all female line of amazing headliner and feature comedians nationwide, you know. But if you want to follow that journey, definitely follow me on Instagram, Mutiyaa Vision. That's the page, MUTIYAA Vision, VISION.
And in the description, we will put all that information that you can get it from there. If you're not that fast getting it by her beautiful voice. Now, we talk about the poet, the comedian, the writer. How about the educator? That's the closing part. What motivated you to become a teacher?
Well, keep in mind, it started with the stories and then working with schools as doing author visits.
Oh.
And then I wanted to have a more meaningful impact, you know, on children's lives. And I went back to school to get my degree in childhood education and then special education, because I just feel like it's important to prepare all children and give them the access to be the best that they could be, you know, and that's what I'm a part of, that movement.
And
to empower, to inspire, to propel.
I have been assisting her teaching, and I can tell you she's a wonderful teacher too, because it's difficult. Some of the population that we work, you know, special ed is not easy. That's why it's called special ed. And she had the patience to address the kids, even to us, because sometimes we also need some to correct us, and she's good in her unique style. She's a very charismatic person, everybody knows, and you might follow knows that to me, to like somebody has to be somebody special. And I connect with this lady since the beginning. Since she came to the program, and I think she have a nice angel. It's the energy that we need, and we're willing to have her every day when she comes to school to see her. She remembered my name right away. She was coming in the bicycle, Héctor, oh my God! I forget how to do a bicycle, and this lady coming the bicycle to the work.
I have to stay young for my husband and children, you know?
David, that was for you. We're getting close in this. As always, I give you a mask from my theater company.
Thank you so much.
One for David for letting you be this half hour with me. And for you, a pen with the logo of Héctor Luis Sin Censura that you can start writing something, you know.
My next poem.
Yes, it will be un censor. My previous writer was John. He's in the process to be published, and I told him, well, you start writing some poem. But for you, with all the respect, I say, write about everything you want with style.
Yes.
Because she have a lot of style. And
thank you.
is a very professional person. I'm so glad that she accepted. You know, guys, that I'm a cry pussy, and I'm really appreciate that she was accepted to be here in my second
Thank you for
show.
inviting me to be a part of it.
My second show in English, and she don't even every day. It's today. I say no. I thought it was today. She was ready for us. She's welcome anytime. Now we have a David coming soon, both of them probably. I wanted to in union seat in the stage. And now I want her to say something to the audience to motivate those young people that watching us, or those people that perhaps want to write and they're afraid to be accepted. Say something nice. Say something nice. You always can say something nice to say bye.
Okay, I just want to inspire everyone to find their purpose, pursue it, share it. It's never too early or too late, as long as we have life in our bodies and our hearts are going and our minds are working, to make a difference and be a positive influence in this world. And I wish you all prosperity. I wish you love, and I wish you peace.
Yes, and I wish that you bring that point that you will
journey.
write with the pen from Sin Censura. David, you will get the pen where you are the guest, okay? Bye. And remember, do like, comment the first comment. We got a book. You better run and comment. And subscribe if you are not subscribed. Remember, this is my second program, Pulling English. We try to work in English. We try to make the crossover. But you can say something in Spanish to the audience. Say something in Spanish. Only one word. Something that you know.
Soy muy emocionado to be aquí.
Oh!
Me amo?
Yes, me llamo. That's it? Mi amor, you want to say. Oh,
Mi
okay.
amor.
Yes, I'm in your love.
Oh, mi amor.
Yeah.
I was trying to say I love you.
Ah, then los amo.
Los amo?
Los amo because it's to the audience.
Oh, los amo.
Los amo.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
I'm
see,
learning.
your Spanish is better than my English. Bye. Llévatelo al mercado. Take it to the market. Cha, 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 cha.
Last name, Censura?
No,